art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not within temptation, but deliver us from all evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
It's just one of those.
I have no fear of death whatsoever.
No. Once you know, but when you don't know, it must be quite difficult.
Of course.
It must be quite, because when my mum died, I didn't sort of think that she would be still going, but in my head she was gone, I couldn't bear it, but of course she wasn't.
When I felt as if I was being strangled in bed.
Oh, that's not very nice.
No, it wasn't. My husband says, "What's the matter, Joyce? What's the matter?" I says, "I feel as if I've been choked."
And there was an elderly gentleman who walked into the ward, came to the crib, looked over the crib, looked at me, winked, and turned. Before he actually got to the door, he had disappeared.
It was like, oh no, Mum, there's no such thing. And they would say, in fact one of them still tries a little bit now.
Mine used to call me a witch.
What they call it, the spooky church. When I was younger, when I was 19 coming in, it was the spookies and no. And it's not until you come quite a few times and you understand, hang on, it's nothing scary. They're not sitting going, is there anybody there? Because that's what people perceive because of the programmes they watch.
A melody of love, God speaks to us in bird and song, in winds that drift the clouds along, above the din of toil and wrong. A melody of love. God speaks to us in far and near, in peace of home and friends most dear, from the dim past and present clear, a melody of love. Thank you, friends. Now, you have a seat for a few minutes.
All right.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Give you a warm welcome. Well, friends, this is the part of the service where our workers will join both worlds together. But if any of our workers come to you, please, they need your voice. They need a yes or a no, or even a no, because they can go back and ask Spirit some more information. But unless you can nod your head or shake your head very loudly, you might not get the message, because if they have their eyes shut, they cannot see you nodding, you see. That's why we work on the voice vibration.
Presiding Chairperson, fellow co-workers and friends, good evening.
Good evening.
I've got the names Richard, Lillian and Rona. And there's a connection with two dogs. I've got an Irish Wolfhound and I've got a Border Collie. Absolutely beautiful. Anything? It might not be, somebody might be on the earth plane, somebody might be in the spirit world, I don't know. But it's 3 names I get.
Can anybody accept one name? You could have 2 in
I
there.
know, I was wondering, because I have the 2 dogs as well, I had to make sure I said it for one reason or another. Right, I've got a lady with me, and her name was Patricia. It's a mother. I'm getting a motherly feeling from her.
Does anybody know a Pam?
Right, I'll sit down.
Try it again, because you just definitely have 2 links, and I don't want to tell you where you are because it's not right. Because I have to work out. But you've got 2 because you've got quite a few people wanting a message tonight, you see. And sometimes the links can get mixed up.
This is the presiding lady, Miss Chapman. Good evening.
Good
May
evening.
I speak with the lady with the pink on?
Yeah.
This is your first time, darling?
Yes, it is.
Oh, well, it's all right. You're fine. You won't get any skeletons coming out of the cupboard. Okay, I've got enough of my own. Okay, darling?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's yourself that's emotional or someone from the spirit world, but if I say to you there's a lady, and I want to say the lady would just be that tiny bit smaller, shorter than you in height, would you understand a lady like that, please?
Yes.
And I just feel a lot of love from this lady, but when this lady passed, there was so much emotion. Can you understand that nobody in the family wanted this lady to go? And if I say to you, this lady heard the words you said to her, would you understand that?
Yes.
Because you always doubted if she did.
Yeah.
You thought she was really, our spirit had left. But she was there, and she was trying to comfort the family,
Right.
all right? And she's coming in with a lot of love for you,
Right.
and the understanding of what you've been through
Mhm.
in the last 6 to 12 months. Can you understand that?
Yes.
Now I want to give you the colour yellow for inner peace. All right. Now that inner peace has got up and gone quite a long time ago, and it's just gradually starting to come back into you.
Yes.
All right. But I also want to say there is also a lot of purples and lavenders around you. That is for the healing you need at this moment in time. Now, when we talk about healing, it's not always because we've got heart problem or cancer or this, that, or the other. Sometimes it's just because we're stressed a bit. All right. So just remember, it's a new beginning. So it's up to you whether you take that on board and go forward, all right? I hope I haven't frightened you too much, darling, all right? You just looked at once over a bit scared, but it's nothing to be frightened of. It's your loved ones, and if they didn't hurt you when they were here, they'll not hurt you now, all right? So I'm just going to leave that the love with you and say thank you for talking to me. Good night and God bless. Thank you, love. Thank you.
Yeah. There you are. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hard work. Hot. I was about 11 and my uncle, who was 25, passed away, and I just couldn't cope with that, thinking, you're here, and then he was going into the earth and that was it, there was nothing. And I didn't like that at all. Couldn't accept that.
My husband died the day before my birthday 4 years ago in January. That was on the Monday, and it was up here on the Wednesday.
I've had a lot of loss, and without this religion, I don't think I could cope with it. I really couldn't.
I actually got a message that night, on the Wednesday night.
But once my mum went, it's 42 years ago now, and that's when I realised that I do see things. What am I doing? Why aren't I looking properly? And so I started then.
It's very hard to accept that and to take that in, because I was 500 miles away and he was very, very poorly at that time, but he forced me to go for a break. So I went to Devon, 500 miles away, and he woke me up in the night by saying, Mum, it's time for me to go now. I just come to tell you how much I love you. So that came as a shock to me. So all I could muster up was, I really love you, I love you. And then he was gone. But I certainly didn't start to believe or come into spiritualism because of Jason's death. It started, like I say, I was about 8, 9 years old, fetching coal up out of a dark, frightening cellar. And I used to run back up and say, there's somebody down there, somebody down there. Oh, stop being stupid. Stop being stupid. And that's when it started. But I do believe a lot of people do come to spiritualism for comfort. Not only spiritualism, but the people
But it was lovely because you had people who actually believed what you were saying.
Same thing.
And because they would say, well, I've seen such and such, or I agree with what you're saying.
Well, you can talk freely and openly
Yes,
and know
and
that you're
nobody's
not going
gonna-
to be ridiculed.
nobody's
or
gonna
looked
say you're
at
an
like
idiot.
Something
Yes.
not right with this one.
You can't tell me I haven't seen what I've seen. I mean, is it like you, just sitting there? Where was my mum? And I'm thinking I'm having a
as if they're
conversation
there.
with her. How can you say I'm going mad? You know, and sometimes I was only in my 20s, so I was thinking, am I going mad? You know.
This is only the 3rd time in 11 years that I've mentioned what I've just mentioned. Imagine telling people that. They would say that was grief and sadness.
Yes, grief.
And
Yes, that's what they say.
You created
You
that
created
in your
it.
mind.
Mhm.
Definitely not.
No, definitely not.
Divine Spirit, we thank you for leading us all here this evening to the Osborne Road Healing Sanctuary to give and to receive your divine healing and love. The body, the spirit, the mind. We aren't the healers. A channel for spirit to be able to come through us and to the patient in front of us and going to exactly where it's needed.